Problem. Just got to get it to find it consistently. And to be honest with you, we did the game against Wilson, and Gavin Welker comes out in the first quarter, drops a couple of threes, has 8 points against obviously a really good Wilson team. And the Saints jumped out on Wilson on their home floor, and then Gavin Welker didn't score again. And Snip said, yeah, that's been Gavin Welker. Like, he's been great for a couple of minutes. If I can get that to extend that a little bit more, he can be that third scorer that we're looking for. Because right now, Susky and McCoy, quite obviously, are 1 and 2. So the Saints have those two pieces of the puzzle, and the rest of it is still a work in progress for Snip Essley and his Saints. It's time for us to take a look at our keys to the game, and we'll do that thanks to Phil Macaronis, RE/MAX Real Estate Agent Phil Macaronis, that is. If you're buying or selling a home, Phil Macaronis is a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame with over 20 years of experience, providing countless buyers and sellers keys to their real estate transactions. Call 610-670-2770 and ask for Phil Macaronis for the keys to buying and selling your home. It is the Eagles and the Saints, and Jeff Nolan has his keys to today's game.
All right, Bob, thank you very much for Berks Catholic playing on the home court here this afternoon. Snip Easterly says, first of all, we got to contain Brady Murray, the senior guard at 6'2", averaging 16.4 points a game, coming off a career-high 28 against Blue Mountain. They feel that not only is he a good shooter, he's good working off the ball, coming off the screens. It's very important that they contain him. They've got to work better defensively as a team. They've got to work better protecting down low, getting rebounds. If you're looking at Jeff Van Gorder and the Exeter Eagles here on the road, they're going to protect the paint from Kingston McCoy. Make him earn everything he gets. Bump him around. Make him pay for it down low. If you do that, maybe you force the ball into other players' hands, take it out of his hands. They want to try to achieve that, and every possession counts. You have to play 32 minutes of basketball against the Saints.
Yeah, the Saints, and that's one of the things that Jeff Van Gorder was talking about, is the fact that, obviously he went into last season and he had some players, and Kevin Sands and Reese Garvin and Alex Kelsey, who were part of a team that went all the way to the state final the season before, and they had that experience. And some of the players were all part of this, and Aiden Dauble and Jaden Ware were key pieces of the puzzle off the bench. Brady Murray became a really good three-point shooter for the Eagles a season ago when the Exeter Eagles ended up the year at 19-10. They finished second place in the Division II behind Berks. Actually, they won at Division II with a 9. I was right the first time. They finished in second place behind Berks Catholic in Division II, and ultimately lost to Wilson in the Berks quarterfinals. Had themselves a pretty good run in the District 3 playoffs. They beat Mechanics. They lost to Mechanicsburg, but then they went through the losers bracket, if you will, the consolation bracket is better terminology, and they ultimately beat Warwick to claim the 5th spot in the District 3 playoffs, and then got in the state playoffs, and they beat Upper Dublin, and they eventually lost to Imhotep, the same team they lost to in the state final the year before. So Imhotep Charter, the state champion in the Class 5A, has beaten and ended Exeter's season the last 2 years. But again, it's a team that's had a lot of success over the last couple of years, and the pieces are there, and Jeff Van Gorder is pretty confident that those pieces are still there. They've just got to kind of play themselves out, and they're going to, again, tonight against Berks Catholic. But that's the thing he's talked about.
Right.
He feels as if they're battle-tested. The schedule they've played has been both good and bad. It's made them better. It's challenged them, but at the same time, it's also gotten them 6 losses as well.
We talked about this the other night, and that is in football, you schedule hard non-league to be better when you get to league and playoffs, and that advantage has already been given to Exeter. So the real team, I don't think, has unfolded yet. This is a team that may look a little different when you hit February and you get into the postseason. We talk about Berks Catholic looking for that third score, to emerge, to take your phrase, safety nets. We all know safety nets break. If something happens to Kingston McCoy, he's already coming back from an injury.
Right.
Where does Berks Catholic turn? They need to turn somewhere. Already, though, for Exeter, they've got those pieces. They've got 4 players that can score. And we're starting to watch Jaden Ware, football player whose body's now getting into basketball shape. He has kind of shined the past couple games. There's 4 options for Jeff Van Gorder. Again, a little bit young, got to mature, got to take the bumps, get over the bumps. This could be a little different team come February.
Yeah, he said, we get to talk to you. If I get to talk to you guys in the postgame show, I'm going to be the happiest guy in Berks County. That's a pretty good way to look at it. And that's not even thinking about the fact he gets to talk to Jeff Nolan out of all of that.
Well, he already told us he wants to shout out to Rich Scarcella post.
Well, who doesn't?
They
let's
both
think
do.
about it.
They both do.
He's whatever. It's 70-something degrees wherever he is. I don't want to hear about it.
It is always real quick. It's always nice to it's Bob McCool and I'm sorry, who are you? When Rich isn't here. So Rich, my ego's fine.
We're going to take a quick timeout. We come back. We'll introduce you to the starting lineup, our spotlight on the night's game as well, thanks to Bachman Roofing, Solar Remodeling, and the tip-off of the night's game. All coming your way when we come back to Berks Catholic High School after this.
Hi, I'm Noah Newsrunner, student body president at Berks Catholic High School. My school offers a wide variety of advanced curriculum combined with 21st century technology in the classroom for the most effective interactive experience. Our faculty develops close relationships with their students through small classroom settings to challenge and excel each individual. We have top-notch college counselors that provide the best service for your potential in post-secondary education through their remarkable efforts and strategic decision-making. Berks Catholic prepares you to be college-ready and life-ready.
Shopping at Redner's has never been easier or more convenient with Redner's Ready, the order online and pickup service for Redner's Markets. Visit rednersmarkets.com and click on the Redner's Ready icon. Then choose your items, pay online, and pick up your order in any of the designated Redner's Ready parking spaces, and your groceries will be brought right to your car. It's Redner's Ready, the convenient online order and pickup service available only at rednersmarkets.com.
Welcome back to Lloyd Wolf Gymnasium again alongside Jeff Nolan. My name is Bob McCool. Time for us to take a look at our starting lineups. They're brought to you by Victor Manuel Beneficial Society. They've been serving authentic and homemade Italian dishes for over 100 years. New memberships are now being accepted for only $10. The facility at 311 Hazel Street in Reading is also available for rental for private parties, banquets, and celebrations. Victor Manuel, a taste of Italy right here in Reading. For the Exeter Eagles, we talked about Jeff Van Gorder being in his second season and the learning curve that he says he's on, learning about Berks County basketball. Not about basketball. He's been a very long tenure as a coach in the game of basketball and done a great job. But he was a Division III basketball coach at a couple of different places, including Carnegie Mellon and Muhlenberg and Ursinus, among others. So that's where his experience lies. He's just adapting to figuring out who's who in Berks County and what it means to be playing against Berks County. And he's been a great addition to the Berks County coaching landscape. Now, 24-16 in this his second season with the Eagles. And the starting five for Exeter, it'll be Aiden Dauble, 6'2", and a junior. Go along with Brady Murray, 6'2", and a senior. Braylon Reinert, 6'3", and a sophomore. Carter Redding, 6 foot and a senior. And Jaden Ware, 6'1", and a junior. Dauble's at 18.4 points per game. Murray is the shooter. He's at 16.4 points per game. And Carter Redding, who's now back in the mix, Redding a terrific football season for the Eagles and now showing his wares on the basketball court as well. And he is at 10.3 points per game, but like so many people, he was battling through some flu bug and missed the time over the weekend. If the Eagles game had been played on Monday against Daniel Boone as it was originally scheduled, he would not have played because of that illness, but he felt good enough on Tuesday to try it. They brought him off the bench, and he played a few minutes, but he still wasn't at full capacity. But he is at 10.3 points per game. So that's the starting five for the Eagles. Again, it's Ware, Redding, Reinert, Murray, and Dauble. And then for Snip Esley's Berks Catholic Saints, Snip is the only coach that Berks Catholic high boys basketball has known. 14 seasons since the formation of the Saints, and he's 281 and 91 all-time, 36 seasons, including his time at Central Catholic. 823 wins, 224 losses. Those 823 wins puts him in the all-time top 10 list in Pennsylvania high school basketball. He's won 8 Berks County titles. He's won 14 District 3 titles and a state championship at Central Catholic back in 2007. For the Saints, so far, this is the lineup that they have been going with, and that's the good news for Berks Catholic. They haven't really had to flip that lineup around a whole lot, but Jackson Kozik, 6 foot and a junior, is at one forward. Gavin Welker, 6'2", and a junior, is at the other forward spot. Brady Altamar, 5'9", and a junior, is at one guard spot. Zach Susky, 6 foot and a senior. And then Kingston McCoy, 6'2", and a junior, can pretty much do whatever you require him to do. I go back to before his freshman season. Kingston now a junior, and we asked Snip Esley at the time before the first game that we saw the Saints play that day, and it was a game at Wilson, and we asked him, who is your best defensive player? And he said it's probably Kingston. And we said, you mean the freshman? Because his brother Josh was on the varsity as well. Josh is now playing at Kutztown. And he said, oh, no, it's the freshman. He is going to be a great player, and he is a great defensive player. And, oh, by the way, he's averaging 22.7 points per game. So he can score, obviously, as well. The key component is if it's handling the basketball, Kingston McCoy can do it. If it's playing defense, Kingston McCoy can do it. If it's shooting, Kingston McCoy can do it. But if you asked him what he wanted to do the most, and I would bet you any coach would tell you that as well, Kingston McCoy would best want to be a distributor to everybody else. He's that kind of kid, that kind of player.
Well, the word right there is selflessness, right? And what makes great players are usually selfless players. And because of that, other players around them are better players. And in a nutshell, you just described that in your description.
Time for us to take a look now at our Spotlight, brought to you by Bachman Roofing, Solar, and Remodeling. Whether your needs are residential or commercial, Bachman's makes the home improvement process easy. The Bachman family has proudly served the Berks County community for over 50 years. Tonight, we turn that spotlight on, not on Kingston McCoy, who we just talked about, but instead on his counterpart in the lineup for the Saints, and that's Zach Susky, who's really stepped it up a little bit. And I do that most specifically because both coaches talked a lot about Zach Susky. Snip Esley talking about how much better he's played of late. Scoring average is up over almost 14 points per game. He's been in double figures 5 times in the Saints' 10 games, including dropping 23 on why missing in the Saints' last time out before last weekend. And then ultimately his best performance was in the Saints' 65-61 win over Muhlenberg. Zach Susky went for 34. Now that's a bit on the extreme side for Susky, but that's giving the Saints that complimentary scorer to Kingston McCoy. And again, why I say that is because Jeff Van Gorder said that to us as well. Again, if Kingston McCoy gets 18 to 20, that's okay. We're happy with that. The question is that we can't let Zach Susky also get 18 to 20. Then we have a problem. So from the perspective of Berks Catholic, Zach Susky does need to score. For Exeter, they want to make sure that Zach Susky doesn't go for 20, 25 points, or the Eagles figure they might have some troubles.
And what we learned also prior to is Susky has been on and off a little bit with the injuries. We knew this during football season that he had suffered some rib injuries. That has kind of played into his season so far this year. He's been healthy. He scores. Gets knocked around, gets banged up. Then you see the numbers come down a little bit. But he's on a roll right now, so everything looks good.
Yeah, Zach, the starting quarterback for Berks Catholic, and kind of like we were talking about with Maddox Gruber on Tuesday night. I mean, look, you're a quarterback. You're going to take the shots. That's just kind of part of the game, and that's why we talk about it. It's something that when we're doing high school basketball, you got to talk about it at the collegiate level, which is guys who are making the transition from football to basketball, and it plays itself out in this game particularly as well. Not only in Tuesday night with Maddox Gruber and Corell Akings for Wilson, but you've got obviously Zach Susky and Jackson Kozik, who are part of the Saints football team as well. But then you've got an Exeter team that had Aiden Dauble and Jaden Ware and Carter Redding. And again, we're talking about the education that Jeff Van Gorder is talking about. He brought it up. Right. He said, look, I never had to deal with this before. Again, he was a college basketball coach. You're not worried about guys getting off the football field. But again, it's what we're talking about. Like, it starts to come together now. Once you get into January, they talk about the basketball legs getting in. Look, it's not that they're not in shape. It's a different kind of conditioning to be able to play basketball. And look, these kids are in the weight room at 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning for football season, and now all of a sudden you're asking them to go out there and play a game of basketball. It's a little bit of a different work ethic for these kids, and they're starting to shake it loose a little bit right now.
So we've done football all these years. Towards the end of the year, we're always talking about everybody's dinged up, everybody's banged up, but everybody plays through it. Those dings and those bangs and all that sort of stuff transfers to the basketball court for some of these guys. So you go from getting banged up to all of a sudden cardio. Now you got to be able to run and gun and all that kind of stuff. Different kind of physicality, a different kind of body that you need for basketball, and it takes those few weeks to get into that kind of shape. It was funny to listen to Jeff, because he really was caught off guard by the fact.
Yeah, he said it. Like, I never had this before. And
because what is this football injury? We don't have that in AAU.
Yeah, and so to your point, you start to get your conditioning back, and now the flu bug's biting everybody.
Yeah.
See, you got that to worry about on top of everything else. It is the Saints and the Eagles this afternoon for you here at WEEU. And of course, if you're watching our video broadcast, our radio coverage tonight of Penn State and Notre Dame, it's the reason why Bill Hess, the athletic director, and Tom Legatt, the athletic director at Exeter, opted to move this game earlier in the day because, hey, who doesn't want to check out what happens with Penn State and Notre Dame tonight? Us included. And we'll have it for you here on WEEU. We were okay with it when they when they tossed the idea our way, we were like, yeah, we're good with that. Let's do it.
Bob came down the office, said with a big smile on his face, and I thought he had a present for me. Yep, the present is, guess what? We're going to be able to watch Penn State.
That's exactly right. So that is coming your way tonight. Our games on the horizon. We will see these Exeter Eagles on their home floor on Tuesday night, and we'll get a chance for the first time to see the Governor Mifflin Mustangs again. I'm sure they don't feel this way, but I guarantee everybody else thinks this way. The Mustangs may be the surprise team so far in the Division I of the Berks League. They have got themselves a couple of impressive wins on this season, including beating Muhlenberg and Governor Mifflin. So we'll get our first chance to see the Mustangs on Tuesday night in Rifton against Exeter. And then Friday night, it's a Division III-IV crossover game. We'll be at Wyomissing to see the Spartans as they take on the Ole Lynx. That'll be our game next Friday night. So that's a little bit of a look ahead. You've gotten the idea of what's on happening tonight. Exeter, Berks Catholic. We will take a timeout when we come back. Our tip-off of our high school basketball game here on WEEU in Reading.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise, but Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change a car, driver, or address.
Your Erie agent is Cross Keys Insurance. Get a quote today at crosskeysins.com.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at erieinsurance.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
Elite Fuel Services has been one of Berks County's best-kept secrets for more than 20 years. They're a full-service heating and cooling company. Not only do they deliver heating oil, propane, diesel fuel, and gasoline, Elite also has a full HVAC team that is ready to tackle any of your heating or cooling needs. Just a quick Google search away. Elite Fuel Service. Read the reviews and give them a call. You'll feel part of the Elite Fuel family, giving you the peace of mind you deserve.
They say dogs are man's best friend, so they deserve the very best. Houndstown in Reading is a full-service dog daycare and boarding facility with spacious rooms, quality grooming, and plenty of room for fun. While you're away, the dogs will play. Houndstown has all the enrichment your pet needs for their physical and social health. They offer a variety of spa services like baths, nail trimming, toothbrushing, and dematting. Give Fido the finest at Houndstown, 610-947-1441, or visit houndstownreading.com.
This season, stick with everyone's favorite snack, Diefenbach's potato chips. Legend has it, Mark Diefenbach loved kettle-cooked chips so much, he turned his kitchen in Berks County into the ultimate snack factory. Now, 60 years later, we're still crafting our chips with the same passion and the finest ingredients, right where it all began. Diefenbach's potato chips, available in all your favorite flavors when you need that PA-crafted crunch.
Are your garage doors noisy, squeaky, or moving unevenly? Do they snap, crackle, or pop? Having trouble opening and closing them? Don't be left sitting in the driveway. It's time for a tune-up from Overhead Door. Starting at just $99, we'll inspect, lube, and adjust your garage doors so they operate smoothly. Call today and ask for a tune-up special from Overhead Door, your hometown garage door company since 1965. Overhead Door, we're more than just doors. OverheadDoorReading.com.
Hi, I am Molly McFadden. I'm a senior at Berks Catholic High School. I'm a member of St. Ignatius Church in Sickey Spring. God is the center of everything we do at Berks Catholic. There are so many ways for us to experience Jesus at BC. Through Holy Mass, service projects, retreats, theology class, and faith-based clubs and activities, we strive to be the best we can every day to help ourselves and others get to heaven.
Come be a part of something amazing. For more information or to schedule a shadow day, please visit berkscatholic.org. And it's always a great day to be a saint.
Welcome back to Lloyd Wolf Gymnasium. Again, alongside Jeff Nolan. My name is Bob McCool. Getting you set for Exeter and Berks Catholic. The Eagles 5-6, 2-1 in Division II. Saints 8-2 overall, 3-1 in Division I. The tip-off tonight's game presented by Cross Keys Insurance, an independent insurance agency to help you find the right policy for auto, home, business, or life insurance needs. With offices in both Reading and Hamburg, Cross Keys Insurance will be the key to your security. Again, a reminder of our Victor Manuel's starting lineup: Jaden Ware, Carton Redding, Braylon Reinert, Brady Murray, and Aiden Dauble for the Eagles. For the Saints, it's Zach Susky, Kixton McCoy, Gavin Walker, Brady Altamar, and Jackson Kozak. Our officials for tonight's game: Adonis Fleming, Jay Schmale, and Jonathan Hoffman. The ball is in the air, and the Saints on their home floor in the visiting white with a gold trim will control the tap. They'll go after the Eagles in their visiting black with the blue and white trim. Eagles falling back initially into a man-to-man defense. Altamar with a basketball from left to right to McCoy along the baseline. McCoy draws 3 defenders and scores anyhow.
Well, put the pressure on him right away, but able to fight through the 3 defenders and put that bucket. High percentage shot down low, too.
Again, averaging 22.7 points per game, including a career-high 29 in a game we had earlier this season against Reading when he dropped 5 threes against the Red Knights. Aiden Daubel trying to pull his way inside, kicks it to Jaden Ware. His three-pointer is no good. Braylon Reinert saved it on the rebound on the air ball, but came down on the end line in doing so. So the Eagles come up empty on their first touch. Reinert again with the offensive rebound, the 6'3 sophomore, but when he came down on the end line, and the Saints get it back. And now on their second trip, Exeter will drop back into a zone defense. It's a 3-2 with Jaden Ware out at the top. McCoy has the basketball to Kozik, kick out. Susky for 3, off the rim a couple of times, and finally tipped out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by the Eagles.
Good ball movement right there. Gets the open look on the near side. That ball just dancing on the rim, doesn't find its way down.
Berks Catholic with 53 threes on the season through 10 games. Exeter through 11 with 73. So the three-point arc has been a big advantage for Exeter as Walker drives and kicks it for Kozik, and he'll spot up for 3, and that's buried.
Again, just moving that ball around so well to get that wide open look for a 3 twice on that possession.
I think he could have gotten a lot of bets, a lot of places that Jackson Kozik would drop the first 3 on this one, but hey, it's his second of the year, and with nothing but net, the Saints are on top 5-0. Daubel to match it is well short and rebounded by Kozik. Saints have it back on top 5-0. We've played a minute and 35 seconds. Altamar for Welker. Back to a man-to-man for the Eagles. McCoy trying to get by Jaden Ware, who keeps him in front, tries to get him up in the air, not there. Good patience by the Saints. They'll work and try it again. This is Welker on the dribble drive. Kick, Kozik will try it a second time. This one's well short. Right back to him on the rebound, and now he'll give it back to McCoy. Can't shake loose of Ware. Good defense by Jaden Ware on McCoy. Kozik off the McCoy screen with a floater for 2.
Looks like the defense trying to help out there on McCoy gave that open look to Kozik.
Kozik's career high was 7 in a non-leaguer against Pope John Paul. He's got 5, and the Exeter Eagles turn it over on the other side. So it's a 7-0 start for the Saints. And Jackson Kozik has 5 of Berks Catholic's 7 points. 5:30 left to go in the first quarter. Altamar to the baseline, almost got picked off by Ware. McCoy tries to draw around him. 3 defenders. Kozik's left open again. This one no good. Good box out, and Carter Redding has the rebound for the Eagles. Redding in the open floor for Daubel. Tries to drive on Susky, not there. Murray in front of the Saint bench, trying to drive on Altamar. Poked out of bounds. It'll stay Exeter basketball. First substitution of the game, it's Dylan Donati. 5'11 junior will come in, and Braylon Reinert will come out. So the Eagles get a little bit smaller with the 6'3 Reinert out, the 5'11 Donati in. With Exeter inbounding under their own basket. Out high for Daubel. And right back to the inbounder in Redding, trying to get by Altamar. Can't do it. Now they swing it back and around. Daubel trying to force the defense. Redding just can't get by Berks Catholic. Great defense by the Saints. Turnaround jumper by Redding as well short. Jaden Ware with an offensive rebound. Tried to dump it back for Daubel. Careless pass is another Exeter turnover. In the open floor, Welker doesn't have numbers. Pull it out, wait for help. Textbook Saints stuff for the Saints so far, especially on that last defensive stand, and they've got the ball back in a 7-0 lead. 4:35 to go in period number 1. Welker for Susky. Nowhere to go, gives it for Altamar. Eagles showed a little 2-3, now back in the man-to-man. Kozik sets the screen for McCoy. He goes the other way on it. Shot no good, tipped out, and it's run down by Brady Altamar, and the Saints get another look. For Kozik and for Welker. McCoy trying to post up down low. Welker will take it himself, and a foul called on the drive.
3 straight possessions for the Saints. They've worked hard to get the second and third chances with that basketball.
Foul's going to be called on Exeter's Carter Redding. First foul on either side, not a shooting foul. Saints inbound underneath. Welker, Kozik, Susky, Altamar, and McCoy. Again, McCoy trying to post up against Ware. They give it to him. Forces his way inside, misses the shot, gets his own rebound, puts it back up. That's no good, and rebound is pulled away by Aiden Dauble. So McCoy trying to post up down low, comes up empty twice. And Exeter still looking for their first points. We're halfway through the first quarter. Here's Dauble on the post up, going to try to back down Welker. Stripped on the help defense by Altamar and taken away by Berks Catholic. 4 Exeter turnovers now.
Yeah, kept that ball too low out there for the defender to get to it.
Altamar drives, misses. Susky offensive putback and good. 9-0 advantage for the Saints.
Again, just following up misses very nicely.
Carter Redding, good find underneath. Brady Murray, and finally the Eagles are on the board. 9-2 Saints. Jeff Van Gorder not opting to call the timeout there with this one slipping away early, and his Eagles reward his confidence in them by getting that first 2. Good find by Carter Redding. Here's Susky for a Walker for a long 3. No. This one is rebounded by Carter Redding and Exeter. 3 minutes to go in the quarter. Inside, Murray on the post-up, spinning away. Left-handed finger roll, no, and rebounded by Gavin Welker.
Yeah, Murray doesn't get turned around totally to see the basket before he lets that one go.
And that's not his game. Murray is a 3-point shooter. 32 on the season so far. Welker, great baseline move. Donati on the help defensively, commits the foul.
Yeah, Berks Catholic offense doing a lot of things very well, able to kick out passes beyond the perimeter, get the 3, and driving very well. McCoy has been effective, just having trouble finishing early.
Foul on Donati puts Gavin Welker at the free throw line. Welker, the junior, 9 for 12 on the season so far, and he misses the first. First substitution for Berks Catholic. It's the freshman, Carmelo Harper, 5'10", ninth grader, will check in. Jackson Kozik, who got off to a great start for the Saints, scored 7 of their first 9, gets a hero's reward as he comes to the bench to take a breather. Welker's second free throw is good. So 1 out of 2 for Welker at the line makes it a 10-2 advantage for the Saints. 2:40 left to go in the first. Straight up man-to-man for Berks Catholic. They will not come out of that unless something's gone horribly wrong. Murray almost had something go horribly wrong. Jeff Van Gorder is going to call that timeout right now. He is a little bit frustrated at his players, a little bit frustrated with the officials, and he's going to call the timeout. And we will take one with the Eagles. It's a full timeout for Exeter with 2:30 left to go in the first quarter. Fast start for the Saints. It's 10-2 Berks Catholic when we get back after this.
Hi, I'm Mike Kuhn with Kuhn Funeral Homes. Since 1937, our family has been committed to serving our community. We now have 3 active generations, as I have the honor of working with my father and son. With 5 convenient locations to serve our neighbors, Kuhn Funeral Homes continues to dedicate our family to your family. Thank you for believing in us, and we promise to always be there for you.
Alongside Jeff Nolan, my name is Bob McCool, high school basketball for you this afternoon. And again, don't forget, tonight, Penn State, Notre Dame coming to you. Steve Jones, Jack Ham will have to call the game for you from the Orange Bowl in Miami, Fort Lauderdale. Call what you want, Rich Garcella. I know it's warmer where you are than where we are here, but that's okay. We'll survive without you. Following the Exeter timeout, Eagles have the basketball. Dylan Donati, Aiden Dauble, Brady Murray, Carter Redding, and Jaden Ware, the same 5 on the floor before the timeout as the Eagles trail 10-2. We're seeing Jeff Van Gorder to call that early timeout. Dauble gives it up for Murray, who cuts through the paint, blocked by McCoy. Tipped out of bounds, last touch by Exeter. So again, Brady Murray trying to work inside, and Kingston McCoy rejects him.
Well, Snip wanted his defense to work. They're working early and have really stymied the offense for the Eagles.
Yeah, he has got to be happy with what as Deep has done so far defensively, holding Exeter to this point with 2 points through 6 minutes of basketball. 10-2 Saints on top. Here's Harper, the freshman, drives, kicks. Welker tries to drive baseline, throws it back, throws it away. Was it deflected? It was. It did tip off the hand of an Eagle. Kingston McCoy called that before the officials did. He does that too. Here's a baseline look for Susky. Saints showing patience. They started this possession with a little more than 2 minutes to go. 1:40 left to go in the quarter. This is Susky, sees a baseline, drives, misses. McCoy with a rebound and cleans it up.
Yeah, McCoy with a lot of strength underneath the glass right there. Almost made it look easy.
10-point advantage for the Saints as Kingston McCoy gets his second field goal. Here's Redding, drives off the screen. Carter Redding, yes. Carter Redding gets the Eagles' second field goal. He got the assist on the first points and pulls these Eagles within 12-4 with 1:05 left to go. Eagles trying to come up with something defensively here, back into that zone defense. To the corner for Welker. Baseline looking inside for McCoy. Poked away by Dauble from behind. Turnover for Berks Catholic.
A bunch of players right there denying down low to McCoy.
Redding with another drive. This time he'll finish on the other side. Back-to-back moves to the hole for Carter Redding. Four straight for the Eagles.
Yep, Redding sees daylight right there and takes advantage of it. A little bit of nice speed coming down the lane.
12-6 as a result. We saw the fleet of feet on the football field on so many different occasions for Carter Redding. Such a valuable player for Matt Bauer's crew, whether it was a wide receiver or defensive back. And now the Saints have it with a 12-6 advantage. Harper kicks it back for Altamar. High post is McCoy. Two defenders around him. Turnaround jumper from McCoy. No. Rebounded by Dauble. Chance for the Eagles to climb a little closer. Redding again in the open floor. This time he'll kick it away. And Exeter will reset. Dauble, a long three, way short. And rebounded by Altamar just to beat the buzzer. Aiden Dauble with the clock ticking down, trying to put up the long three. No good. Exeter scores the last 4 points of the first quarter, but Berks Catholic has the lead after 8. Saints 12, Eagles 6. WEEU high school basketball presented by Savage Auto Group continues after this.
Sure Stay Plus by Best Western offers a welcoming, comfortable stay for the business or leisure traveler, providing clean and cozy rooms at a reasonable price. Conveniently located at the intersection of Route 12 and North 5th Street in Reading, Sure Stay Plus provides a fresh, hot breakfast buffet, all-day coffee, free fast Wi-Fi, HD TV, fridge and microwave, and much more. Plus, business travelers have access to services such as copying and a meeting space. Call 610-371-0500 to book your stay or visit bestwestern.com.
Judd Firestone Plumbing is your trusted local expert for all your plumbing needs. With over 125 years of combined experience, our team has seen it all, ensuring top quality service and expert solutions every time. From leaky faucets to the kitchen or bathroom of your dreams, we handle it all with professionalism and care. Call today at 610-678-9080. Judd Firestone Plumbing, where experience and reliability come together for your peace of mind.
High school basketball on WEEU in Reading. Officially, we are 8:30 WEEU in Reading, although we are not on the radio tonight. Just a video stream, only getting to watch high school basketball as we do each and every game here on WEEU. Exeter starts with the basketball. Berks Catholic has the lead at 12-6 alongside Jeff Nolan. My name is Bob McCool. We are courtside at Lloyd Wolf Gymnasium, the home of the Berks Catholic Saints, who lead Exeter 12-6. Aiden Dauble drives, trying to get his man away from him. Zach Susky won't move. Kicks it back to Donati. Dylan Donati, guarded by Carmelo Harper, gives it up instead for Brady Murray, who's been quiet so far for the Eagles. Murray at 16.4 points per game. Dauble at 18.4 for Exeter. And Murray, the only one with a field goal of the two, as this one is missed by the Eagles and rebounded by Kingston McCoy. Gavin Welker, Brady Altamar, Kingston McCoy, Zach Susky, Carmelo Harper, the five on the floor for the Saints. McCoy with a drive in the left-hand finish. Kingston McCoy for an easy two.
That talent and skill right there. It's the only way to sum that one up.
14-6 as a result, 6 for McCoy. The ball's tied up inside. Possession arrow will give it back to the Saints. That will be turnover number 5 for Exeter.
Everybody's talking about Kingston McCoy. The one thing that they are also pointing out is the strength that he has gotten over the past year. He is a much stronger player, and it shows here on the floor early.
Snip Ashley just raves about the work ethic of Kingston McCoy. He's in the gym every day at 5 o'clock, and of course, that broken leg last year, he was obviously limited in what he could do, but he spent some time in the weight room for sure. Bryce Gumby now will check into the game for the first time for Berks Catholic. To the baseline for Zach Susky as Gavin Welker takes his first breather with Gumby in, who has it, and kicks it right back to Brady Altamar. 6:30 to go in the second quarter. Drive, great find. Altamar baseline and Susky for 2.
Susky just waiting to leak closer to that basket. Grab that pass and lay it in.
Saints match their largest lead at 10, 16-6 Berks Catholic. Aiden Dauble goes the opposite way of the screen, trying to get away from Susky and can't. Gives around for Redding for Murray. Murray driving inside, up, no good, and rebounded by Gumby. Brady Murray just cannot get on track right now offensively for Exeter.
Yeah, but Berks Catholic using a lot of hands right there, disturbing passes and blocking shots.
And now we're going to get double dribble on Brady Altamar. as the Saints got a little careless with the basketball, and Altamar commits just Berks Catholic's second turnover of the game. And getting back to Murray again, he is a shooter. That is his MO for sure. And that was part of the issue on Tuesday against Daniel Boone, where they just could not get him going.
Right, and they're having trouble getting him open looks right now. He's trying to create his own early on.
Michael Fiddler now will check into the game for Exeter. It's Giuliani Orbe Ochoa, 6'3" senior, will check into the game for the first time for Exeter. He's got it. As Carter Redding will take a breather. Kick out for Murray. And around for Dauble. And up high for Jaden Ware. Straight up man-to-man as always for Berks Catholic. This is Donati. And around again for Dauble, trying to get by Susky. Susky won't let him get around and a hold. Not sure if that's going to be on Gumby helping out or Susky from behind. It's Gumby who commits the foul. First foul against the Saints in this game. And as a little Exeter will inbound underneath. Back to the inbounder and back to Dauble. This is Murray trying to get away from McCoy. Can't do it. Gives it up instead for Ware. Jaden Ware trying to back down Altamar. Nowhere to go. Gives it up for Orbe Ochoa. And this is taken away by McCoy. Kingston McCoy with a steal. Kingston McCoy with a finish. McCoy turning defense into offense, and the lead grows to 12 for the Saints. Murray just can't pull that trigger against the defense. There's the backdoor cut. Donati drives, can't score, but he is fouled. Great backdoor cut, and Donati to the line.
Yeah, Donati sees an opportunity right there to get himself a good look at the basket, a high percentage shot down low. And again, if Murray's not going to get that shot off, you saw he tried to find a way. There was nothing there for him. All right, then I'm going to use the other alley, and that is dishing off and getting points that way.
Fouls called against the Saints. Zach Susky, his first, team's second, with Donati at the free throw line, gets his first point of the night. Donati at 4 points per game. He's a 70% free throw shooter. He makes them both. Makes it an 18-8 game in favor of the Eagles. Inside of 5 minutes to go in half number one. Altamar sizing up, sees the zone defense with McCoy at the high post and Ware right on top of him. Altamar will drive and then dish for Susky, who works his way closer and gets fouled. Zach Susky took one more dribble, got himself closer, and got fouled in the process. And that's going to be, I believe, on Brady Murray. No, it is on Orbe Ochoa. His first puts Susky at the free throw line. And he rims out. Susky in the season is an 80% free throw shooter. As Gavin Welker will check back in. Bryce Gumby comes out. Susky misses both of them, and Dauble has the rebound. So it remains a 10-point lead, and here's a takeaway. Carmelo Harper takes it away on the outlet pass, dumps it off for Welker, misses the shot, fight for the rebound. Harper comes up with it, ultimately finds it in the hands of Kingston McCoy. Great play by the freshman, and rewarded on the other end. McCoy buries the three.
McCoy never panics right there. Play got a little off kilter, but just calmly stepped back and drained the three.
Ware with the screen and the roll for Orbe Ochoa, who gets fouled in the process. So Exeter run a little bit better sets now with that backdoor cut and the screen and roll. And Orbe Ochoa is out at the free throw line to shoot two.
Yeah, Ochoa has got a little size to him. You get him down low on the post, he's definitely going to be hard to handle.
Gavin Welker commits the foul for the Saints. That's their third. First free throw is good. First time that Orbe Ochoa has been at the free throw line this season. And he makes them both. So it makes it a 21-10 game in favor of Berks Catholic. This is Harper, who came up with that big steal the last time down. The 7th turnover for Exeter. Altamar inside for Susky. Nowhere to go, kicks it out. Harper drives, trying to create some space, nothing there. Now McCoy has it. Donati And Ware double team him. Give it up for Altamar now in the corner. 3:45 left in the first half. It is 21-10, Saints on top. Harper drives into traffic, kicks it back. Taken away by Brady Murray. Murray with the hands, trying to score on the other end. Euro step, but he traveled with it. Went up in the air and landed back down again, and it's going to be another Exeter turnover.
There might have been a little indecision there on Murray what to do with basketball that caused that turnover.
Jackson Kozik now will check back in for the Saints. So it's McCoy, Altamar, Harper, Kozik, and Susky on the floor with a 21-10 Saint lead. Kingston McCoy with 7 of Berks Catholic's 9. Looking for 3 more here. That's well short. May have been partially blocked by Dauble. It's corralled by Brady Murray and back the other way for Exeter. Murray in the open floor, drives, kicks. Dauble for 3. No, still can't find the range. Tipped around to Jaden Ware. His putback off the rim. No. Tipped around, and eventually it's Carmelo Harper coming away with it for Berks Catholic.
A lot of action down low right there for Exeter. Wanted those points bad. Couldn't get them. And right now it gives the ball back to Berks Catholic.
With 2:50 left to go in the half, an 11-point Saint advantage. Here's Susky up high. To the corner for Harper, going to spot up for 3. No. Long rebound for Kozik. And another chance for Berks Catholic off an offensive rebound.
Yeah, a lot of wide open looks from beyond the arc here in the first half for Berks Catholic.
Kick it up high for Susky, and now around to the right side for Harper. Nobody open down there. Kicks it around for McCoy. One more pass for Kozik, who had the hot hand early for Berks Catholic. Now he'll set the screen for McCoy, who tries to go around a second defender, but is bumped and fouled. This one, I believe, is going to be on Orbe Ochoa, who tried to help out defensively, and that's going to be his second.
Watch the Exeter defense. When McCoy gets the ball, they try to get some weak inside help, try to double, triple him up. But that leaves the defender, when McCoy gives up the basketball, where to go next. They got to figure out where to go back to.
Orbe Ochoa, who picked up that second foul, comes out. Braylon Reinert back in for the Eagles as Berks Catholic inbounds underneath. The Eagles fall back into the man-to-man now on the inbounds pass. And Altamar, the point guard, goes back door for McCoy. No. Good recovery by Reinert to get a hand up there, and Dauble has the rebound for Exeter. Dauble, kick out. Redding spots up for 3. No. Rebounded by Harper.
Harper's done a nice job here in the first half on the glass, getting rebounds off the bench.
Again, Exeter, 73 threes on the season coming in. They have not found one from beyond the arc yet today. 1:35 left to go in the half. The Saints can afford to be patient. Altamar looks for the screen and roll for McCoy. Good job by Ware to deny that. Now McCoy tries to post up down low. They leave Kozik open again, but this time his 3 is missed and rebounded by Carter Redding. 1:15 to go in the half. Redding back for Dauble, and now for Ware. Can Exeter get Murray and Dauble untracked offensively to get themselves back in this? Dauble trying to make that happen. Step away 2. No. Rebounded by Harper. Again, Dauble and Murray, a combined 35 points per game, have a combined 2 right now with 50 seconds to go in the half. I think Snip Esley would have said he'd take that if he asked him that before the game.
Well, 10 points, and ball's not dropping for the 2 big guys.
Now 40 seconds to go in the half, and if the Saints have their way, they'll run this thing down to zeros. In the hands now of McCoy with 35 seconds to go. Kicks it around. Altamar will drive. Dumps it for Kozik up. Partially blocked by Dauble. It's loose on the floor. Kozik gets it back with 25 left to go. Saints bench wants 1. Can the Saints respond on the floor? Murray knocks it out of bounds. 21 seconds left to go in the half. Berks Catholic keeps possession. I know the coaches want 1 shot because they keep putting a finger up in the air that says 1. I got the message, Coach. 15 seconds left in the half. For McCoy between the circles, takes a peek at the clock with 10. For Kozik and the Susky and Altamar in the corner for 3, well short. Long rebound by Dauble. Can the Eagles get a shot off to beat the buzzer? Dauble from half court, good if it goes. It does! He banked it home, it counted. The Exeter Eagles finally made a 3. They just were too close before. They had to go back a little bit further as Dauble banks in the 3 at the buzzer to make it an 8-point game after 2 quarters of basketball. The score, the Berks Catholic Saints 21, the Exeter Eagles 13. You're watching high school basketball on 8:30 a.m. WEEU in Reading, presented by Savage Auto Group. More from our halftime show after this.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
The seasons are changing, and so are Chick-fil-A's seasonal selections. Last year, the Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich became the brand's best-selling seasonal offering of all time, and it's back to defend that title. Plus, for the first time in 13 years, the Banana Pudding Milkshake has returned to the Chick-fil-A menu, both available now for a limited time. Download the Chick-fil-A One app for easy ordering, rewards, and a vote for the I Am Able Foundation and Chick-fil-A's True Inspiration Awards. YMSing's I Am Able is one of 5 Northeast nonprofits up for a grant. Vote in the Chick-fil-A One app today.
If you are buying or selling a home, contact RE/MAX real estate agent Phil Macaronis. With over 20 years of experience and a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame, Phil does it all. From residential to commercial real estate sales. And with his large catalog of repeat and referral customers, you know you can depend on Phil Macaronis, no matter where you're looking for your next home. Call 610-670-2770 or call Phil directly anytime at 610-858-4555.
Ahoy! Adelphia Seafood is your neighborhood market for the freshest seafood around, with locations in West Lawn, Fairgrounds Market, and Pottsville. They offer a range of delicious options from crab cakes, clams, fresh organic salmon, and succulent shrimp, as well as convenient take-home dinners and more. For more information or to place an order, visit adelphiaseafood.com or just call one of their stores. Enjoy top-quality seafood and exceptional service right in your community at Adelphia Seafood.
Tonight's halftime show is brought to you by Lincoln Plumbing and Heating. When you need a plumber, get a good one. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years, Lincoln Plumbing has the experience of helping a leaky faucet to a whole bathroom remodel. Call 610-376-0863 for Lincoln Plumbing and Heating, as honest as their name. Alongside Jeff Nolan, my name is Bob McCool. We are halfway through the matchup between Berks Catholic and Exeter, and the Saints have led this one from the get-go. They jumped out to a 9-0 lead. And Jeff Van Gorder, the coach for Exeter, did not opt to call a timeout at that point in time, and Carter Redding rewarded him as he finally got Exeter on the board on a great find inside to Brady Murray for the Eagles' first 2 points, and finally got something going on the offensive side. But it was all Saints, although Exeter closed the gap a little bit on the Saints with a little bit of a push at the end of the quarter, make it a 12-6 game. But Berks Catholic pushed right back to start the second quarter, as the Saints scored the first 6 points of quarter number 2 and ultimately took out their biggest lead at 18-6. And it may not seem like much, but at the end of the half, Aiden Dauble, who had not been able to get anything going offensively for Exeter, banked in one at from half court right before the buzzer. He beat the buzzer with the 3, and instead of going in down by 11, Exeter goes down in by 8. So they're under the 10-point thing, but also it finally gets Aiden Dauble some points. That's how much of a rough half it has been for the Eagles' top scorer, Aiden Dauble, at 18-plus points per game. His lone field goal was that heave from half court at the buzzer.
Yeah, a little confidence going into the locker room for Dauble right there. This first half game, though, has been fun to watch underneath the basket. High percentage shots, rebounds, trying to go back up with the ball. A lot of physicality underneath there. Talked about trying to protect the paint, right? That's what Jeff Van Gorder wanted to do. There's been a lot of physical battles underneath, a lot of the points coming from outside for Berks Catholic, but they are getting those points, much to the dismay of the Eagles.
Yeah, I wouldn't think Snip Astley will spend a lot of time in the locker room because I don't know what he can fix or what he can adjust.
Well, you take away the Dauble 3, and
right.
We're holding him to single digits offensively in both quarters.
And you've taken their 2 best scorers, and you virtually have shut them out. Again, I mentioned this right before the end of that and before Dauble hit that 3. Brady Murray and Aiden Dauble have combined for almost 35 points per game, and they have now 5 at halftime with that Dauble 3. Murray has not been able to get on track. That's Kingston McCoy. He has locked him down. What Brady Murray does is he shoots threes. Kingston McCoy has not allowed him that opportunity, and so Murray has tried to take his game inside a little bit, and it just hasn't worked out. Exeter hasn't helped themselves as well, Jeff, because the turnover column says 8 in the first half for Exeter. Berks Catholic on the other side only turned it over twice.
No, it goes back to the defense, right? Working hard on defense, and that's what he wanted to snip on at this team, paying attention and working hard, and that's the result right there. It all shows on the stat sheet and up on the scoreboard, everything we talked about in the pregame as far as the defensive ones.
Yeah, and then if you're Jeff Van Gorder in the locker room at halftime, and there was an obvious frustration body language-wise from him in the first half, but we go back to what we talked to him about in the pregame show, and that was he knows that McCoy is going to get his. The key for him was to not let anybody else hurt them. Jackson Kozik had 5 early points, and Zach Susky being the key piece of that. Susky's only got 4, so nobody else has really hurt them. Kingston McCoy has 11 of their 21. The problem has been Berks Catholic's defense has been so good, it's held a good offensive team in Exeter down big.
Kind of lost maybe a little bit in all of this is the fact that the Berks Catholic offense hasn't been on fire either. So because the defense is maybe shining and taking away the fact that the offense has struggled. A lot of missed shots by both teams here in the first half.
Just a quick look ahead before we take a break here during our Lincoln Plumbing Heating halftime show. Against 21-13, our score, Saints on top of the Eagles. Exeter with a non-leaguer on Saturday against York. That tough non-league schedule that Exeter has on its plate this year. They'll take on York on Saturday, and then on Tuesday night, they'll be at home against Governor Mifflin, and we'll have that one for you here on WEEU as our 7 o'clock time resumes on Tuesday night. For the Saints, they'll be back in action on Tuesday night. They will be at Twin Valley. So our games, again, next week, it'll be Tuesday night, Governor Mifflin at Exeter, and then Friday night, it will be Ole at Wyomissing. And we might as well go ahead and tell you this change as well. The Monday night game to follow on January the 20th is Wilson here at Berks Catholic, and that game has already been changed to Tuesday night. So we will continue to have that game on our schedule. It'll now, instead of being on Monday, January 20th, it will now be on Tuesday night, January 21st. Why? Well, there's a football game that's going to be played on Monday night. Who's going to be in it? Well, you're going to find part of that out tonight with Penn State and Notre Dame, and then Texas and Ohio State is tomorrow night. We've got our eyes and ears, obviously, on Penn State, Notre Dame. We'll have that one for you again at 7:30 on our radio coverage on WEEU. 21-13 is our score. Saints on top of the Eagles. We'll continue with more of our Lincoln Plumbing and Heating halftime show right after this on WEEU in Reading.
Hi, I'm Noah Newswinger, student body president at Berks Catholic High School. My school offers a wide variety of advanced curriculum combined with 21st century technology in the classroom for the most effective interactive experience. Our faculty develops close relationships with their students through small classroom settings to challenge and excel each individual. We have top-notch college counselors that provide the best service for your potential in post-secondary education through their remarkable efforts and strategic decision-making. Berks Catholic prepares you to be college-ready and life-ready.
Shopping at Redner's has never been easier or more convenient with Redner's Ready, the order online and pickup service for Redner's Markets. Visit rednersmarkets.com and click on the Redner's Ready icon. Then choose your items, pay online, and pick up your order in any of the designated Redner's Ready parking spaces, and your groceries will be brought right to your car. It's Redner's Ready, the convenient online order and pickup service available only at rednersmarkets.com.
Welcome back to Lloyd Wolf Gymnasium as our Lincoln Plumbing and Heating halftime show continues. I made a mistake, and I was reminded by it by the person who was most affected by it. Tuesday night, not only was our basketball
I
coverage.
didn't even hear the bus back up.
No, it didn't, but it's me, and I did it, and I'm an idiot, and I admit it. So the first step, Jeff, is always to admit it. I mean, think about it. Everybody always says the first step forward is to admit it.
Well,
and
we
I
are
admit
Berks Catholic confessions to apply here.
Tuesday night, Governor Mifflin at Exeter. That's the basketball game. When that is over with, the debut on the basketball side of things is our scoreboard show. Jeff Nolan, Matt Knob will have it for you, and they'll be after all of our basketball coverage in the month of January. It'll debut Tuesday night after the Governor Mifflin at Exeter game. So don't forget, tune into that on our radio coverage on WEEU. It's a great show. It's going to give you all the highlights of what happened on the night, scores from around the area, coaches interviews, player interviews, all the things that those two guys could dig up.
Yeah, we
Jeff
did
Nolan
during
and Matt
football
Knob.
season.
Absolutely correct. We'll have it for you as well as our basketball coverage begins on Tuesday night. We are set to go for half number 2, 21-13. Berks Catholic on top of the Exeter Eagles will get the basketball to start half number 2. Again,
Can they ride that momentum? I'm sorry. Can they ride that momentum of that 3 at the end of the half into the second half? It could change the complexion of the game right away.
Jonathan Hoffman, Adonis Fleming, and Jay Schmale again on the whistles, and they start right away with a burst to the basket. Jaden Ware with his first bucket, and it takes a split second.
Capitalizing, running down the lane, the strong right hand makes it work, and again picking up the way they ended.
So that makes it a 5-0 run with that 3 by Dauble and then the 2 by Ware to make it a 6-point game at 21-15. Can the defense now rise to the occasion for the Eagles? Saints in the hands of McCoy to the corner. Welker spots up for 3. No. Rebound with Susky and Murray battling with it, and they'll go to the jump ball. Possession arrow keeps it. Saints basketball.
So we talked about this a little bit. The fact that the open 3 was there for Berks Catholic in the first half. That time they threw two defenders at the shooter in the first possession in 3 land.
Brady Altamar, Kingston McCoy, Zach Susky, Gavin Welker, Jackson Kozik, the starting 5 for the Saints. That's the way they start the second half as well. Altamar has it on the left corner, dribbles it out to the top of the key. For Welker on the right wing to McCoy in the corner. 2 defenders in his face. McCoy kicks it around. Altamar's open for 3. No. Long rebound corralled by Welker. Saints get another look and a strip and a foul. Looks like that'll be on the sophomore Braylon Reinert on the strip and the foul. That is the whistle. Reinert's first foul against either side in the second half, not a shooting foul. Add one more thing to the stat column for the Saints. They have clearly won the battle in the offensive glass. They've bought themselves a few extra chances, including right now. In the hands of McCoy, Ware all the way out to half court. Kozik sets the screen. McCoy works his way through a lot of traffic and gets fouled again. Back-to-back fouls against the Eagles. Neither a shooting foul.
It's going to be against Murray.
It is indeed number 1 on Brady Murray. So no foul troubles for anybody. Nobody with more than 1 except Giuliani Orbe-Ocho. And here's a bucket inside for 2. Gavin Welker scores, driving along the baseline for his first field goal.
Yeah, the patience of the offense is exhibited for Berks Catholic shown on that possession right there.
Here's Reinert driving in, a little jump stop, and then 2. Braylon Reinert with his first field goal.
Reinert using strength there about 5 feet away from the hoop and just put it in.
Well, whatever Jeff Van Gorder talked about with his crew at halftime, it must have had something to do with driving down the paint. That's how they score their first couple. Kingston McCoy trying to do the same. He comes up no good, and Aiden Dauble comes up with a rebound. Eagles down by 6, have it back. Dauble for Ware, fakes the 3, drives for 2, and scores.
Great baseline drive by Ware right there, and a timeout taken by Snip.
Well, maybe that 3 at the buzzer did something. That or Exeter head coach Jeff Van Gorder peeled the wallpaper in the locker room because his team has come out fired up, and they've got it down to 4-point difference. They were once down by 12. It is now a 4-point game with 6:07 to go in the third quarter. Exeter pulls to within 4 at 23-19. Jaden Ware picking up the offense here in half number 2. He's got all the 4 of his only 4 points in the game. Ware at 7.3 points per game on the season.
6-2 run start there by Exeter to get back in this game. Much different from the start what they had at the beginning of this game. Took almost 5 minutes to get on the board in the first quarter, but again, a great start, changing the complexion early in the second half.
So following the Saint timeout, they've got the basketball. Carmelo Harper will come in at the timeout for Berks Catholic.
Harper was pretty strong in the first half. Not so much scoring, but rebound and defense.
He's lined up on the right wing as they swing it around the left wing, and now back to Harper along that right side. Pulls up for a jumper. No. Long rebound corralled by Gavin Welker. Another Saint offensive rebound. Round for Susky, and now into the corner for Welker. McCoy guarded by Ware, trying to shake loose, trying to back him down now. Ford pushes his way in, and a block and a block shot will be a jump ball. Aiden Dauble with the help defensively got the block and a jump ball to Exeter.
That's a mismatch. McCoy and Ware down there physically, but he gets 3 other players to help him out. That evens the score.
Sagging defense of Exeter forces Berks Catholic's 3rd turnover, and Exeter a chance to climb even closer. Murray off the screen. Can't pull the trigger. Kingston McCoy takes it away. McCoy will miss the dunk, gets his own rebound, and puts it in.
Oh, Kingston McCoy saving face right there. Went for the dunk, got the front of the rim, said, I better put it up nice and gentle and in on the second try.
Makes it a 6-point game. 13 for McCoy. Screen and roll inside. Left-handed finish by Braylon Reinert. Great adjustment in air by Reinert. Back to a 4-point game.
4 points for Reinert here early in the third quarter.
Averages 1.3 on the season. He's got 4 in this quarter. And the Eagles are again down by 4 with 4:46 left to go in the third. Altamar, right wing is Harper. Back to Altamar at the top. Left corner, baseline now to Susky. Spins around, blocked by Reinert. Taken by Daubel. Braylon Reinert imposing his will down low. Here's Redding in the open floor. Euro step, can't finish. Daubel with the offensive rebound. Underneath and home, Aiden Daubel for 2.
Daubel just using all strength right there. I mean, that's the big football player underneath the basket and did what he wanted to do.
Eagles within 2 for the first time since it was 2-0. 25-23, 4:10 to go in the third. Harper, left wing is Welker. Back out high for Harper. Driving a kick. Altamar going to drive through the defense and a reach and a foul. Exeter commits its third foul of the quarter. Not a shooting foul.
Yeah, you almost think you're talking in cliches when you say you make the three, just the momentum carrying the second half. But the words prove out in front of your eyes here tonight.
Oh, Berks Catholic will inbound. Back to McCoy. Step back for 3. That's partially blocked. Ware got a piece of it. Tried to save it. Couldn't. Exeter has it back.
Making Kingston McCoy work right there down low. Now on the outside as well.
Daubel drives. Can he tie it up? No, he missed it. Tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Berks Catholic. It stays Exeter basketball.
Exeter offensively here in the second half, just playing with a little bit more emotion, a little bit more fire. We talked about Van Gorder wanted them to play 32 minutes. Kind of didn't do that in the first half, but they picked it up here in the second half.
Eagles with a chance to tie it or take their first lead if they can cash in a 3. Trying to force it down low to Reinert, poked out of bounds by Harper. It stays Exeter basketball. So Braylon Reinert, kind of the stealth piece of this puzzle for Exeter, defensively and offensively. Screen off the inbounds for Daubel. Up off the glass, too strong. Tipped around a couple of times and ends up right in the hands of Zach Susky.
Yeah, just banging underneath, trying to keep that basketball alive.
3:15 to go in the third. A 2-point game in favor of the Saints. Harper from the top for McCoy. Ware trying to keep him in front. Welker off the McCoy screen, pure from the foul line. Gavin Welker. Nip Esley said he's our best shooter, and he sure looked pure on that foul line jumper.
Now 5 here in the second half.
Murray with a catch and shoot 3, no, rebounded by Harper.
And Harper just continues to get those rebounds here.
27-23, Saints on top. They've got the basketball. Welker from the left wing gives it back from McCoy between the circles. 2:30 left to go in the third. McCoy calls out Harper to set the screen. The double team comes to McCoy and a foul.
Yeah. A little too aggressive defensively right there.
That's going to be the 4th in the quarter for Exeter. So they'll get one more, and Berks Catholic will be in the bonus the rest of the quarter. Braylon Reinert comes out to his hero's welcome now as he goes to the bench for a well-deserved rest. Dylan Donati will check in. Reinert committed the foul. That's his second. Still 2:25 left to go here in the third. Harper, great find inside. Susky, no. Battle for the board, and Daubel wins that battle. Great find by Harper, but Susky couldn't finish. Ware pulls up for the jumper, too strong. Rebounded by McCoy. 2 minutes left in the third. Saints 27, Eagles 23. Harper thought about the 3, gives it up instead. To the corner, Welker won't think about it, and he can't make it either. Murray rebounds it.
Yeah, Welker wide open right there, maybe too open.
Carter Redding, Dylan Donati, Brady Murray, Jaden Ware, Aiden Daubel. Donati off the Daubel screen, gives it up instead for Murray. Up high is Carter Redding. Murray drives, spins, blocked, and fouled. McCoy got the block, but came through on the bump as well. Going to commit the foul. That'll be the first on McCoy. And this will put Murray at the free throw line for the first time tonight. Exeter 4 for 4 at the stripe in that second quarter. Murray, a 77% free throw shooter on the season and good on the first.
Now only his third point here and first point in the second half.
He makes them both to make it a 2-point game again at 27-25 and a timeout called by Exeter. Eagles will call a timeout with 1:27 left to go in the third quarter after pulling themselves back to within 2. And if nothing else, Jeff, I think this might just be kind of a reset for Exeter. Jeff Van Gorder to just say, look, you guys have done a great job. We're back in this basketball game. Take a breather, kind of refocus a little bit, and let's not let this game get away from us now for the last minute 27 of this third quarter.
No, 12-6 quarter here for the Eagles to get back in this game, just 2 points down. And they came out with a purpose in the second half, and you could tell that. They were emotionally ready to come out, and they weren't rolling over, they weren't laying down, and they came out and they got the start that they wanted. They've made this a game. Now, Berks Catholic, that wasn't really challenged in the first half, they've got to amp it up here.
Yeah, we talked in our game on Tuesday about what did Matt Coldren say during that early timeout to change Wilson around. Now we want to know what Jeff Van Gorder said at halftime, because whatever it was the elixir that the Eagles needed to change this game back to a tight ball game. A 2-point difference in favor of the Saints with 1:15 to go in the third quarter. Altamar kicks it for McCoy. McCoy gets away from Donati, drives, scores, and he's fouled. Kingston McCoy taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, Kingsman, he jab steps, and then he goes, and Donati doesn't know what to do right there. It was an easy run to the basket.
And it puts him at the free throw line as well. The foul called on Murray, helping out defensively. His second. McCoy makes the free throw for the 3-point play, and a big one for the Saints to make it a 5-point advantage for Berks Catholic at 30-25 as we hit a minute left in the third. Donati and Murray. And now it's Carter Redding, Dauble, and Ware. That's the 5 on the floor for the Eagles. Redding flips it back for Dauble, and now on the left wing for Ware. Redding posting up against Altamar. Fights his way inside and scores for 2.
Yeah, most definitely. That was down low. That was dirty work trying to turn around and get a good look at the basket. Redding, like you said, more of an outside shooter, is going to try to get points anywhere he can right now.
6 for Redding, a 3-point advantage for Berks Catholic. Susky to try to double that from 3-point range. No, long rebound is scooped up by Jaden Ware in the open floor. Ware flies to the basket and scores.
Finger roll by Jaden Ware right there. Great body control, taking the ball to the hoop.
Carmelo Harper was stride for stride with him at the foul line, and then all of a sudden, he wasn't. Jaden Ware just shifted gears and was by it. It's a 1-point game. To the buzzer, Altamar drives. No. Put back Susky. Did it count? It does. Zach Susky with a buzzer beater for the Saints to make it a 3-point game after 3. Berks Catholic 32, Exeter 29. We'll take a timeout. Back with the Final 8 high school basketball presented by Savage Auto Group after this.
This is XYZ Insurance. How can I help?
I have a question about my home policy.
Okay, question about phone policy.
Home policy.
Okay, gnome policy.
HOME, home.
Technology is great, but sometimes it's better to talk with a real person. With Erie Insurance, you have a caring, independent agent who's with you from beginning to end. Your Erie agent is Cross Keys Insurance. Get a quote today at crosskeysins.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
We head to the fourth quarter alongside Jeff Nolan. My name is Bob McCool. 32-29 after Zach Susky gets the tip in for Berks Catholic at the end of that third quarter to make it a 3-point game after Jaden Ware's drive to the bucket got Exeter to within 1. And we talked with Exeter head coach Jeff Van Gorder before the game. He thinks his team is right there. He kept saying, well, I think we're okay. Find out how good we are tonight when we play Berks Catholic. Well, he's right. They are okay. If they can go toe-to-toe with Berks Catholic, they're okay, and they have. They have fought their way back into this game after once trailing by 12. They trail by 3 as we start the fourth quarter, 32-29. Saints with a basketball. Harper, Altamar, Welker, McCoy, and Susky, the 5 on the floor, and a travel for the Saints on their first possession of the fourth.
I think at this point, this game becomes who can keep their emotions a little bit more under control than the other team, because that was a really emotional third quarter. And this game is very tight down to 3 points.
16 points for Kingston McCoy leading the way. Here's a screen and roll inside, and it's Braylon Reinhardt putting back his own miss. The sophomore has come up huge in his pushback in the second half by Exeter. Eagles back to within 1, 32-31. Reinhardt with 6. 3-2 zone defense now for the Eagles with Dauble out on that front line. They get a little bit bigger. Altamar had the 3, didn't take it. Welker decides not to take it as well. Now for Harper, who's going to pull the trigger for the Saints. McCoy to the corner. Welker can't get by Brady Murray. Back to McCoy. A minute left, a minute gone from the fourth quarter clock. Susky in the corner. Trapped and taken away, and it's Braylon Reinhardt again with a defensive play. Eagles can take their first lead if they can score on this end. Jaden Ware drives. Murray from long range, way off. Brady Murray, 32 threes on the season. Air balls, one from maybe a little bit too far out of his range. Saints get it right back. McCoy takes up his spot on the high post now. Try to force their way inside. It's taken away, and there's Reinhardt at the bottom of the pile pulling it away for Exeter again. 3 turnovers now for Berks Catholic in this quarter.
Yeah, one of McCoy down low would denied him the ball, forcing that turnover. Defense amping up on the other side now for Exeter.
Saints turned it over 3 times through 3 quarters. They've turned it over 3 times in less than 2 minutes here in the fourth. And again, Exeter with a chance to take the lead. Reinhardt posting up down low. They get it to him. Double teamed and foul. Braylon Reinhardt right now the go-to man for the Exeter Eagles. He's going to the line to shoot 2.
Tell you what, Exeter's got the Broad Street boys out there, the Broad Shoulder boys out there. There's a lot of big boys out there, but they go one of the smallest ones on the court down low. Well, actually, no. Shouldn't say Reinhardt isn't small.
Carmelo Harper commits the foul, putting Reinhardt at the foul. Why not? It's been that kind of night for Braylon Reinhardt. He just banked in a free throw to tie the game. You know you're having a night when you bank one in for the free throw line. Second one, not there. We're tied at 32. First tie of the basketball game. Comes with just inside of 6 minutes left to go. Harper, Altamar. Again, McCoy's at the high post. Welker doesn't pull the trigger again on the 3. Jaden Ware steps in front. Jaden Ware missed the layup. And a foul on the rebound. Exeter had a chance to take their first lead, but Ware missed it.
You know, Ware did it earlier in the quarter, and he went with more authority to the cup. That time, I think maybe there was, I want to put a little show on.
Yeah.
And left it a little bit short.
And as a result of that, we stay tied at 32. On the other end, however, great defensive play by Exeter, forcing yet another Saint turnover. 4 turnovers, no points so far here in the fourth for the Saints. And add one more to that column. Brady Murray comes up with a steal. Can Exeter take its first lead? Murray off the screen for a 3 and the lead. Got it. Brady Murray puts Exeter on top, 35-32, timeout Saints. What a comeback by the Exeter Eagles. Again, once down by 12, they now lead it by 3 as Brady Murray knocks down his 33rd 3 of the season. 35-32 as a result, Exeter now has the lead.
And Brady Murray with his first 3 of the game and the biggest shot so far for the Eagles. You know, it's one thing to get to the mount. It's one thing to stay on top and get over. All right, Exeter's done the first part. That's cut that 12-point deficit that they were down earlier. Now you got to hold on.
Here's the other thing. You talk about a shooter's mindset. Brady Murray, 30, 45 seconds ago, air ball to three.
Right.
Comes right back and buries another one on his next look. Doesn't even think about it and signals the three as he's running down the floor. That's a shooter's mindset. I don't care if I missed the last one. I don't care if I airballed the last one. This one's going in, and he made it.
And your words just said it, too. A shooter just shoots, doesn't think. And that's exactly what he didn't think.
I never had a coach tell me I had that license.
That's right.
Just keep shooting. Yeah, I never heard those words. Here's Berks Catholic back the other way. Harper drives, and another takeaway. Again, Berks Catholic with the turnover. Ware from the foul line needs help. Carter Redding for three. Yes! Carter Redding with his 13th of the season, and now it's a 6-point Exeter lead, 38-32. Harper for three on the other side. No. Long rebound corralled by Jaden Ware in Exeter. Now Jeff Van Gorder says, okay, we did what we wanted to do. Now let's slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, 7-0 run here for the Eagles.
4:20 left to play for Dauble. Trying to get somebody to come to the ball. Finally, it's Murray, and now it's Redding.
Yeah, every bucket here for Exeter is just amping up the confidence.
Right now, it's a 9-0 fourth quarter. Murray fakes the three, drives on McCoy, can't finish. Reiner tipped it, controlled by Brady Altamar. Altamar in the open floor, drives and fouled from behind. Not going to be a shooting foul. Foul's going to be on Reiner. That's his third.
One thing to be said in this game, there has been nothing but battles underneath the glass. And both coaches said it was going to happen, and it's come to fruition.
Bryce Gumby in now for the Saints. Carmelo Harper comes out. Inbounds for McCoy and around for Altamar and for Gumby. The officials are going to call a timeout now. And that's a clock thing. Clock was still running, so they're going to reset time on the clock, I believe. Question will be how much time is correctly on the clock. So I don't think it started when it was supposed to, and I don't think it stopped when it was supposed to. So they had to confirm and make sure. Officials have to have a third eye on that clock at all times, just in case there is an issue. So they just put a couple seconds back on. 3:54 is what's left on the fourth quarter clock.
Exeter outscoring Berks Catholic in the second half right now, 25-11.
Saints, 6 turnovers in this fourth quarter and 0 points. McCoy for Altamar. Back to McCoy against that 3-2. McCoy dumps it for Susky. Susky spins, lost the handle on it. Reiner poked it out of bounds.
Yeah, but the fact he didn't make it easy down low, he made it hard and forced that turnover.
Again, the guy who's been a big piece of this puzzle is Braylon Reiner. Sophomore has come up really big. Some buckets and some great defensive plays for Exeter. If for no reason, the surprise factor. Here's Gumby left alone for three. That's no good. Tipped around and controlled by Carter Redding and Exeter.
Yeah, nice box out by Murray there to keep that ball alive on the baseline.
3:20 left to go. Exeter with a 6-point lead and the basketball. Jaden Ware to Carter Redding on the left side. Out high for Murray. And right back to Ware. Now Exeter can be the patient team. They can hold on to the basketball. Got to be careful with that man on defense in Kingston McCoy. Hounding Brady Murray out near half court. Dangerous pass, and it's taken away by Gumby. Gumby to the bucket. Missed it, and he's fouled. Bryce Gumby knocked to the ground, and he'll shoot two, but he hit the deck hard.
Yeah, and right there, Berks Catholic needs a play. They get it from Gumby, and a chance to go to the free throw line because they've got to stop the bleeding a little bit here. There's still a lot of time. You've got 3 minutes left here. You're only down 6, but right now the boulder's rolling downhill against you. You've got to stop it.
Bryce Gumby shaken up on the play. The foul was called, I believe, on Murray. No, it was actually on Carter Redding.
Yeah, Redding was underneath, right.
So it was Redding's third, and it puts Gumby at the free throw line to shoot 2. Gumby without a point in the ball game to this point. Makes the first. He's now 4 for 4 at the free throw line on the season. Jackson Kozik back in now for Berks Catholic, and Gavin Welker will come out. Saints' first point of the fourth quarter comes 5 minutes and 2 seconds in. Gumby makes them both. He'll come out. Nope, timeout call. Timeout on the floor, 2:58 left to go. It's a 4-point game. Exeter 38, Berks Catholic 34. I guarantee you there's no thought process of a moral victory for Exeter in this one, but if they can't hold on to this, it's a moral victory for Exeter in the way they played against one of the teams who's without a doubt going to be in the mix of things in the postseason. Exeter's a position to who's going to win Division II with Berks Catholic out of Division II in Division I, and the Division II champion gets an automatic spot in the county playoffs, and obviously that is very much a part of this very early on in league season.
Yeah, we talked to Jeff Van Gorder prior to, and we said, you're 5-6. Why aren't you 7-3? Because you've got talent on the floor. He goes, well, schedule is one. Definitely not the non-league schedule leading up to tonight, but also fact young and trying to learn and trying to mature. And maybe that moment is this afternoon for the Eagles, that they have that moment, that they grow. And again, will this team look a lot different in February? For Berks Catholic, been here, done that, but now you have to do it again.
38-34, Exeter on top. And now following the timeout, Saints going to extend the floor a little bit here. Well, 1-2-2. Exeter no trouble to get it across half court.
Now there it is.
And there's the steal by Altamar in the front court and a bump and a foul. That's going to be called on Braylon Reinert scrambling for the basketball, but Exeter turns it over.
So just when you thought you had it broken, defense comes back and forces a turnover. And again, we talked about this game being highs and lows, ups and downs, and momentum. It flips back to Berks Catholic that desperately needs it down 4.
That's also the 4th foul now on Reinert. Saints have it back. McCoy off the screen. Can't get through. Kicks it to the corner for Gumbuddy, who tries to step around the defense. Bumped and fouled, and I think that's on Reinert. It is. It's his 5th.
Yeah, and that's – you don't want to say lazy foul, but that's kind
it's
of –
a youth foul if it's not anything else.
Yeah, it's a youth foul. Not if you want one back, that's one you want to take back right there.
But a great effort tonight by the sophomore. Braylon Reinert will foul out with 7 points in the ballgame, and that's clearly a new high for him. And he came up with some huge contributions in this game, but a couple of fouls here in this 4th quarter. This one's going to put Bryce Gumby right back at the free throw line. And Gumby makes the first. The only points in this 4th quarter so far for Berks Catholic is coming from this young man at the free throw line, Bryce Gumby. Talking about the football players making the transition to basketball. Bryce Gumby is another one. A great senior season for Dave Staler as he makes both free throws, and it's now a 2-point game as a result. 38-36, Exeter leads it, and the ball kicked out of bounds with Berks Catholic again. That's full court. Jeff Van Gorder now is going to call a timeout. So it's X's and O's time as we reach that spot in the basketball game with 2:39 left to go in a 2-point game. Exeter 38, Berks Catholic 36, and now it is the Eagles who will call the full timeout. So lots of strategy to talk about, if nothing else. This is nothing more than how they want to go about things against this 1-2-2 that Berks Catholic was showing. I think it's a 1-2-2. We really haven't gotten a chance to see it long enough because the Saints did come up with a couple of takeaways. So we'll see how Exeter responds, and I think that's what the Eagles want to talk about during the timeout.
And who steps in and up for Braylon Reinert fouling out here for Exeter. So Jeff Van Gorder is going to need somebody to fill those shoes because they are big shoes. And you said unexpected. What is the unexpected? That was the unexpected tonight for Exeter.
Helping offset a little bit of a low-scoring night so far for both Dauble and Murray. Murray with 7, including a big 3 that gave Exeter their lead in this game for the first time. And Aiden Dauble with 5, including that 3 at the buzzer from half court to end the first half. 38-36, Exeter on top. They've got the basketball following the timeout. Again, the full court look from Berks Catholic and a turnover on the inbounds pass. Dauble trying to get it to Ware, threw it away, and Exeter turns it over for their 3rd time in this quarter.
Oh, you go back to the comment I made, young and maturing, and maybe the twine is coming unraveled a little bit, just a little.
You think about calling a timeout and come out of it with a turnover. The worst case scenario for Exeter. Now a chance for the Saints to tie it or take a lead with a 3. To the baseline for Susky. Not even looking for a shot. Kicks it out instead for McCoy. McCoy drives and gets contact and a foul. Exeter had 1 foul to give in the quarter. They just committed that. From this point forward, Berks Catholic will be at the free throw line. I don't think this is a shooting. It is a shooting foul, so that's irrelevant. So third, I believe, on Murray as well. It is. The fourth, again, that's the reason. It's also the fifth foul against Exeter. So Kingston McCoy shooting 2 for Berks Catholic. Second time he's been at the line tonight. 72% free throw shooter in the season, misses the first.
Yeah, the fun thing watching McCoy play is he gets all these points and all these opportunities even with all that attention that he draws. This is not just – I haven't seen a one-on-one all night with him.
Second free throw by McCoy is good. 17 now for Kingston McCoy, and the Saints are within 1, 38-37. All of Berks Catholic's points in this fourth quarter coming at the free throw line. Carter Redding, Aiden Dauble, Brady Murray, Jaden Ware, and Dylan Donati, the 5 out there for the Eagles. This is Dauble to the corner for Donati in front of his teammates on the bench. Murray trying to shake loose of Kingston McCoy. He might have nightmares about Kingston McCoy tonight. Gumby went for the steal and commits the foul.
Yep, gambled right there, tried to go for the ball, got the body instead, but not a bad effort there by Gumby.
So also only the second foul committed by the Saints in the quarter. We got a long way to go yet. Jaden Ware with the basketball, calling somebody to come get it from him. Brady Murray trying to help him out, but can't. Ware's going to do it himself instead and drives for 2. Jaden Ware said, if you don't want to come to the basketball, then I'm just going to take this and do this myself. And Exeter's back up on top. Extends their lead to a 3-point game at 40-37. Timeout Eagles.
Jaden Ware using speed right there. That time just able to get the penetration down low and get that bucket. And definitely after the miss on the easy opportunity early in the corner, said, okay, listen, I'm going to put this in, no doubt about it. Exciting player. When you got somebody that fast, then get to the hoop, that makes things exciting. And a great finish for him. And again, a couple points that you need. You needed to take momentum back. You took it back with that bucket.
I'll tell you what, you talk about a quick first step.
He is.
Jaden Ware is 0 to 60 quickly. He has got a quick first step. And as a result of that drive to the bucket, and he's now got 8, and the Exeter Eagles have a 3-point lead with 1 minute and 31 seconds left to go in this one. This one looked like it might be easy for Berks Catholic early on. They led this game 18-6 early on in the second quarter. That has changed dramatically here in the second half, and it's now the Eagles on top by 3. Saint basketball following Exeter's timeout.
It seems like at least the games that we have done this year that one team gets out to a quick lead and then the gap closes. We've seen that on a few occasions this year.
We certainly saw it on Tuesday night when Muhlenberg jumped out on top of Wilson before the Bulldogs came back to win it in the fourth quarter. Here's Welker, catch and shoot 3 in the corner. No, tipped around. Dauble saves it to Carter Redding, and a foul called against Gumby going for the steal. So that'll be the third on the Saints. Exeter will still keep the basketball on the far end. And a couple of substitutions. Dylan Donati back in for Exeter. Brady Altamar back in for the Saints. Everybody will clear out. They'll let Aiden Dauble bring the ball up the floor. Dauble kind of playing a point forward. And here's a quick bump and another foul on Kozik. Again, going for the steal, but committing fouls. That's the 4th. So the next one puts Exeter at the line for the rest of the quarter in a 2-shot foul.
Yeah, you've got to be aggressive, but you got to be smart aggressive and not commit that foul.
Dauble needs somebody to get free and panic on the sideline to avoid the 5-second call. Exeter calls its last timeout. So with 1:09 left to go, the Eagles are now out of timeouts. I don't know that the 5-second clock was ticking in Aiden Dauble's clock, and Aiden Dauble's head as fast as it was ticking on the Exeter bench. And before that 5-second violation, the Eagles called timeout. That's the story, but the backstory is they are now out of timeouts. So you have to remind your team of that, make sure that you don't have that situation where you call timeout, scramble for a basketball, or trying to get the ball in bounds, and you call a timeout. You don't have one left. 40-37, Eagles on top, and again, following the timeout, it is their basketball. No changes for either side. It's Murray, Redding, Donati, Ware, and Dauble on offense for Exeter.
He's having trouble again.
Yeah, he can't call timeout. He's just got to throw it in the backcourt to Ware. And let Ware's athleticism bring it up the other way. Redding to the baseline. Nowhere to go. Kicks it back. Ware finds the back door for Donati. Can't get the bucket, but he's fouled. Great ball movement and a great find by Jaden Ware.
Yeah, frantic defense by Berks Catholic right there. Doesn't rattle Redding at all. He sees Donati coming off the far side. And if Donati could if he could have finished right there, would have brought that entire bench off their feet. But an opportunity to go to the free throw line instead.
First one is good. Donati now 3 for 3 at the foul line on the night. And Exeter has gotten it done from the stripe tonight as well. They are 8 out of 9 from the free throw line, with one more coming here for Dylan Donati inside of a minute to go. And that's good too. 4 for Donati. He'll come out, and Giuliani Orbe Ocho will come in now for defense with a 5-point Exeter advantage. 42-37, 57 seconds left to go. Kingston McCoy through 3 defenders. For Gumby for 3, no. Long rebound, tipped around and controlled by Brady Murray and Exeter. Saints in a panic mode just have to commit a foul. They do. McCoy fouls Dauble, who will shoot 2.
So right now, if the Eagles can make free throws down the stretch, they can hold on to this one. Who would have thought? With the way this game, you alluded to this earlier, the way this game started, we'd be sitting in this situation with 44 seconds left. Me for sure. Did not think that.
I invite you to stick around for our Pizza Como post-game show. We'll have words with whoever comes out as the winning coach and a player as well.
I like the fact that you're still with 44 seconds left. And you don't know. It's one of those games.
Whoever will be here. Dauble makes them both. 2 more for the Eagles at the free throw line, and it's now a 7-point Exeter advantage. 44-37, 40 seconds to go. McCoy, 2 defenders around him. Kozik blocked by Redding. Tipped by Ware, up to Redding, who drives, can't score, but he's fouled. Carter Redding with a defensive play for the Eagles, and now will shoot 2 more. The Exeter Eagles, after being upset on Tuesday night by Daniel Boone, now 30 seconds away from doing the same to Berks Catholic on the Saints' home floor.
Yeah, looking across Berks Catholic bench, Snip Esterly just kind of sits down and doesn't know what to say right now.
Go back to the beginning of this fourth quarter where for a long time, Berks Catholic could not score. They turned it over 6 times in this quarter. And right now they've got 5 points, and they've all come at the free throw line. As Carter Redding goes 1 out of 2 at the line, he's in double figures with 10, and the lead is 8. 45-37, Eagles.
Yeah, difference was those back-to-back threes by Murray and Redding.
McCoy still can't get a bucket for the Eagles from the field. Dauble gets the rebound and shoved by Gavin Welker, and he'll shoot 2 more.
So Murray and Redding hit those back-to-back threes, and that was, midway through the fourth?
Yeah, it was.
Just changed the entire complexion of this game.
It was 32-32 at the time, and that's when Murray hit the first of those threes, and then Redding hit the other. And with that, the Eagles had their first lead, and now Aiden Dauble trying to help finish this thing off at the free throw line with 20.6 seconds left to go. Dauble misses the first. And makes the second. 46-37. Eagles on top. Welker, catch and shoot 3, yes. First field goal for Berks Catholic in the fourth quarter comes on a Gavin Welker 3 that makes it a 6-point game with 13.7 left to go in the ball game. Timeout, Berks Catholic.
Okay, so now you got a foul right away.
Go for a steal.
And
Go
for the steal.
Commit a foul.
Right, commit the foul. So you walk the floor, you hope they miss. It is possible to get done.
Right.
But it's going to come down to free throw shooting for Exeter.
Right, and they've been pretty good at the free throw line tonight. In fact, very good at the free throw line. They're 66% on the season, but a whole lot better than that tonight. 7 out of 10 in this quarter, and on the night, 13 for 16, if my math is correct. 13.7 left to go in the game. They will not guard the inbounder. It's Carter Redding. Again, Exeter is out of timeouts. They get it to Murray, who gets away from McCoy, and then eventually the foul called by Altamar. So Brady Murray now will shoot 2. He's 2 for 2 at the line.
I go back to Van Gorder saying in the conversation, we need to protect the paint, and that paint has been chipped left and right down there because that's where the war was won.
Murray makes another. 8 for Brady Murray with another free throw coming with 10.9 now left to play. Again, we'll have these Eagles on Tuesday night in Rifton as they take on the Governor Mifflin Mustangs. That is now got a whole different complexion to the season after this win for Exeter. Murray makes them both. It's an 8-point advantage with 8 seconds to go. The 3, no good by Susky. Rebounded by Carter Redding. Berks Catholic will not bother. The Exeter Eagles have come to Lloyd Wolf Gymnasium and have taken a W from the Saints. The final score, Exeter 48, Berks Catholic 40. We'll take a timeout. When we get back, our Pizza Como postgame show, our Reading Fight Phil's player of the game, our American Diner play of the game, and a wrap-up of today's basketball game that goes to the Exeter Eagles 48-40.
Elite Fuel Services has been one of Berks County's best-kept secrets for more than 20 years. They're a full-service heating and cooling company. Not only do they deliver heating oil, propane, diesel fuel, and gasoline, Elite also has a full HVAC team that is ready to tackle any of your heating or cooling needs. Just a quick Google search away. Elite Fuel Service. Read the reviews and give them a call. You'll feel part of the Elite Fuel family, giving you the peace of mind you deserve.
They say dogs are man's best friend, so they deserve the very best. Houndstown in Reading is a full-service dog daycare and boarding facility with spacious rooms, quality grooming, and plenty of room for fun. While you're away, the dogs will play. Houndstown has all the enrichment your pet needs for their physical and social health. They offer a variety of spa services like baths, nail trimming, toothbrushing, and dematting. Give Fido the finest at Houndstown, 610-947-1441, or visit houndstownreading.com.
This season, stick with everyone's favorite snack, Diefenbach's potato chips. Legend has it, Mark Diefenbach loved kettle cooked chips so much, he turned his kitchen in Berks County into the ultimate snack factory. Now, 60 years later, we're still crafting our chips with the same passion and the finest ingredients, right where it all began. Diefenbach's potato chips, available in all your favorite flavors when you need that PA crafted crunch.
Hi, I am Molly McFadden. I'm a senior at Berks Catholic High School. I'm a member of St. Ignatius Church in Sticky Spring. God is the center of everything we do at Berks Catholic. There are so many ways for us to experience Jesus at BC. Through Holy Mass, service projects, retreats, theology class, and faith-based clubs and activities, we strive to be the best we can every day to help ourselves and others get to heaven.
Come be a part of something amazing. For more information or to schedule a shadow day, please visit berkscatholic.org. And it's always a great day to be a saint.
Welcome to the Pizza Como postgame show. Pizza Como is a family-owned business going strong on the 5th Street Highway for over 50 years, serving the finest Italian dishes, Berks County's best variety of Italian sandwiches, and legendary pizza. Right next door is The Yard, a virtual golf experience to keep your game sharp all year round. And if you love sports cards and memorabilia, stop in to buy, sell, or trade. Pizza Como and The Yard, 4600 5th Street Highway in Temple. Final score, the Exeter Eagles 48, the Berks Catholic Saints 40. A tremendous turnaround by the Eagles, who once trailed this game by 12 points. They come back to win it by 8. Jeff Nolan down on the floor with Jeff Van Gordon and our player of the game, Jaden Ware.
Hey, Bob.
Jeff, you're
much. Jaden Ware and Jeff Van Gorder from Exeter here with me, and Jaden is our player of the game. I felt like 2 basketball games out there. First half, boy, you guys struggled, but you were able to turn it on in the second half.
For sure. It was just a great feeling. We all really came together. We've been kind of like struggling as a team, and we just got to get back to what we do the best.
All right, so they say, you've got Kingston McCoy out there, and you got to match up against him. First of all, the mindset going into this game, knowing you've got to play against him.
I know Kingston since I was in preschool, so I've always had that competition with him. I played with him throughout growing up, and my task every game is guarding the best player, and Kingston's one of those guys. So it's a big job. I have to lock in every game, and I knew it was a big task. I was talking all week about it.
He has 17 points, but you wind up with 8 points. Let's talk about, you had some good buckets that kind of turned the momentum. Talk about that.
It was really just like the pace of the game. I'm not really shooting threat right now this season, so like it's just straight to the basket and really catch the defender off guard and just go straight to the bucket, get the momentum back for my team.
When you have a first step like that, you're going to catch everybody off guard, including the announcers once in a while. But you left one short a little bit. Now, my question is, now you don't have to answer it. It's not like there's any cameras on you or anything like that. But did you see the people? Did you hear the crowd? Was there a little bit of a show there?
Yeah, I heard them. I mean, I'm kind of used to it. I do it pretty often. I'm not gonna lie, I probably have one of those a game just because I'm moving so fast. But like, gotta get back on defense. Just play my heart out. Comes back. The buckets come back.
Jaden Ware, you had a great game, and congratulations on a great come-from-behind win.
Thank you.
All right. There's only a couple people in my life that want to talk to me. My wife, my kids, and my grandkids. But I know Jeff Van Gorder said, I want to talk to you guys after the game, not only basketball, but also to say hi to Rich Scarcella down in Florida.
You are much better luck than Rich. Keep Rich down with the WEEU team. All right, maybe he's better luck for them, but you are better luck than Rich was last year. I'll tell you that.
Hey, speaking of luck, so we did this with Matt Coldren the other day. He called a timeout in the first quarter that changed the momentum of the game. What did you say to this team in the locker room?
Yeah, I thought obviously double shot going in at the very end got us some momentum. I didn't love what we were doing offensively. You know, we've been struggling with trusting each other on that end, but double shot going in, I think kind of everybody, we were within single digits. It was our ball coming out. I knew we would score coming out of half. And defensively, we were the most locked in we've been. So I thought that would translate eventually, and it did. This was one of the better, most together team wins that we've had since I've been here. I know it's been a short tenure, but coming off the losses that we just had and for them to kind of regroup at halftime and stick together, and they just made so many plays. And it wasn't just Jaden. You know, Brady shot, even though he was struggling, kind of, I think that really was probably like, all right, we're good. Like, even though it was still 6 minutes to go, we're only up 3. I think the whole team is like, we're ready to rock and roll to the end.
So you wanted to keep a check on Kingston McCoy. You wanted to protect the paint down there and make them earn everything. That was an incredibly physical game underneath the basket.
Yeah. Braylon Reinhardt was freaking awesome. That kid, man, like, we started him at the beginning of the year. He's only a sophomore. He's coming off a big football year like all these guys. He didn't have his basketball legs under him. You know, he didn't play a couple games in the middle of the year because I wanted to see how he would kind of adjust. And, you know, I had kind of a pep talk with him about, a week and a half ago, just saying, we need you. Like, if we're going to be any good, we need you, because he rebounds, he's physical, gives us a presence under the rim. Without him in there, we don't have that. And then today, like, they're going to play a smaller lineup. We went to him, and he embraced it. Like, he is just as much a part of this win as anybody, and I am super proud for a sophomore to come into BC like that and play the way he did.
So you talked a little bit in the pregame about this team having to grow and mature. Sure, the schedule has something to do with where you're at right now, but every team needs a moment or a game to propel them to the next level. Might have this been your game?
I hope so. I will say the question was asked to me, I think, by Rich last January at the Geigel. We were in a similar situation. That's what I've been kind of telling these guys. We were 5-5, I think, at the Geigel at the time. Had a big win there, and the same question was asked, and that's my hope. I think there's going to be some more belief here. I think Braylon stepping up, Jaden stepping up. This is the first time all year I think we could point to 5 guys in the scoring column that made a difference, and we had that all last year. So I think now guys are like, all right, I can trust the next guy, and we can get a big win on the offensive end. But defensively, we were so locked in that I'm very proud of this group.
On the road, coming from behind, congratulations on a great win, Jeff.
Thanks. I appreciate it. And once again, thanks for all the coverage you guys do for the high school sports. Like, unbelievable. They don't know how lucky they are. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, just because he got a win, we'll come and see him on Tuesday. Just as a reward, we'll do it all over again as the Eagles will host the Governor Mifflin Mustangs. We're going to take a timeout. We come back with our Pizza Como postgame show. It's time for our Reading Fighting Phils Player of the Game and our American Diner Play of the Game, all when we get back after this on WEEU.
Are your garage doors noisy, squeaky, or moving unevenly? Do they snap, crackle, or pop? Having trouble opening and closing them? Don't be left sitting in the driveway. It's time for a tune-up from Overhead Door. Starting at just $99, we'll inspect, lube, and adjust your garage doors so they operate smoothly. Call today and ask for a tune-up special from Overhead Door, your hometown garage door company since 1965. Overhead Door, we're more than just doors. OverheadDoorReading.com.
Hi, I'm Mike Kuhn with Kuhn Funeral Homes. Committed to serving our community. We now have 3 active generations, as I have the honor of working with my father and son. With 5 convenient locations to serve our neighbors, Kuhn Funeral Homes continues to dedicate our family to your family. Thank you for believing in us, and we promise to always be there for you.
Sure Stay Plus by Best Western offers a welcoming, comfortable stay for the business or leisure traveler, providing clean and cozy rooms at a reasonable price. Conveniently located at the intersection of Route 12 and North 5th Street in Reading, Sure Stay Plus provides a fresh, hot breakfast buffet, all-day coffee, free fast Wi-Fi, HD TV, fridge and microwave, and much more. Plus, business travelers have access to services such as copying and a meeting space. Call 610-371-0500 to book your stay or visit bestwestern.com.
Judd Firestone Plumbing is your trusted local expert for all your plumbing needs. With over 125 years of combined experience, our team has seen it all, ensuring top quality service and expert solutions every time. From leaky faucets to the kitchen or bathroom of your dreams, we handle it all with professionalism and care. Call today at 610-678-9080. Judd Firestone Plumbing, where experience and reliability come together for your peace of mind.
Welcome back to Lloyd Wolf Gymnasium, where the Exeter Eagles go on the road and they beat Berks Catholic by a final score of 48-40. Tonight's player of the game is brought to you by the Reading Fightin' Phils and their all-new Redner's Event Center at First Energy Stadium. The R-Phils remind you to have your next sports team banquet in the R-Phils all-new Redner's Event Center banquet and meeting facility at First Energy Stadium. Whether it's a sports banquet, a wedding, a corporate meeting, or event, or any charity fundraiser, the #1 place for events in Berks County for groups of 40 to 1,000 is the all-new Redner's Event Center at the R-Phils. Go to rphils.com/events for more information. Well, Jeff Nolan was just talking to our player of the game, and that's Jaden Ware. Did a little bit of everything tonight for Exeter in that second half. To be honest, he didn't do much of anything because nobody did for Exeter in the first half. They only had 13 points at halftime, but Jaden Ware and Exeter picked it up. He had 6 points in the Exeter 16-11 advantage in the third quarter and helped carry it through. Again, guarding Kingston McCoy, which is no easy task, but distributing the basketball, making some key buckets and some key passes as well down the stretch. Jaden Ware is our Reading Fightin' Phils player of the game. Tonight's play of the game is brought to you by the American Diner in West Reading. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, or a late-night snack, you'll find a variety of menu items and homemade desserts. American Diner serves breakfast all day, and dinner entrees include dinner rolls and butter, soup and salad bar, and a choice of potato or vegetable. There's a full senior citizen menu that includes a free dessert, and military veterans receive a 10% discount. Open daily, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., and serving the community for generations since 1994. Well, I thought about it, and Jeff Van Corder pretty much solidified it. The play of the game was the half-court buzzer beater by Aiden Daubel, who brings Exeter. I mean, I didn't want to oversell it. Like, am I just trying to sell the fact that Exeter went from being a 21-10 game to a 21-13 game? It makes it a little closer. Maybe it gives Aiden Daubel a little bit of a spark. Maybe it gives Exeter a spark. He said it. He said that three-pointer was a big difference. So there's your play of the game, the half-court heave by Aiden Daubel at halftime.
I was so afraid it was just going to turn into a cliche, right? And like, he made the three, he turned everything around, and but it really did, because he said he goes, I knew we had the ball to start the second half, and I knew we were going to score.
Yeah.
So when you come out of the locker room with that much confidence, it changes your mentality.
Yeah. And so the Exeter Eagles, again, once down 18-6 in this game in the second quarter, closed it to within 8 at halftime with that Daubel half-court three-pointer. And then Jaden Ware and the offense kicked it into another level in the third quarter. And then the Saints just self-destructed in the fourth quarter. Again, 6 turnovers for Berks Catholic in the second quarter and 8 total points. And 3 of those 8 were a late 3 by Gavin Welker. That was their only field goal in the fourth quarter. It'll be interesting to see how Snip Estley Saints respond to this, because this is something from a coaching standpoint that Snip Estley is going to pick this thing apart, because this team, quite honestly, just kind of fell apart on the fourth quarter in their own home gym.
Yeah, that's the thing, the hook right there, the fact that it was right here. You determined the pace, you determined everything the way this game started. You said, this is how we're going to do it, this is how we're going to play. I think on the other side of the ledger is the response after the Daniel Boone loss.
Yeah, absolutely. This could have been a lost week for Exeter, but it turns out to be a huge week.
Yeah, nothing against Daniel Boone at all, but I mean, I think this is, and that's why I asked him. I said, "Is this a growth moment?"
Yeah.
And maybe it is, and we'll find out more. And it kind of changes the complexion too of what's going on in the league. I know this is different divisions,
but it changes the complexion for Division One,
right?
Because we go back to what we talked about with Matt Flowers and Matt Coldren, Besley. How many losses do you think the first place team in Division One is going to have? Well, you're thinking about the losses you're going to have in your own division. This is a crossover, but it counts as obviously part of that. So now the Saints have their second loss, taking advantage of wins on their own. Matt Flowers said, we got to win all our home games. Yeah. Well, they didn't. They lost to Wilson at home on Tuesday night. Berks Catholic, you got to win your crossover games. Well, they didn't. They lose to Exeter tonight in a crossover game. So it just adds into the complexion of how crazy Division One is going to be. And Exeter, somebody's going to step up in Division Two as well. It seemed like it was going to be Exeter in terms of talent, but then all of a sudden they lose to Daniel Boone the other night, and you think, well, maybe not. Well, maybe Exeter is, and we'll see. It's a long way to go in a short period of time. A lot of games left to play, but it only happens over the course of the next couple of weeks, and our coverage will continue as well. Just a reminder, Tuesday night, Governor Mifflin at Exeter, 7 o'clock, as the Mustangs off to that great start in Division One, and they will take on the Eagles on Tuesday night, and then Friday night, Ole at Wyomissing, in a matchup of teams in Division 3 and Division 4 in the Berks Boys Conference. That's our coverage next week, but that's not all we have, because don't forget, we have the scoreboard show.
Do we?
The scoreboard show will be on after our live coverage next week with Jeff Nolan and Matt Naha.
Yeah, and Rich could come back, and I could go back in the studio where I belong.
Well, I don't know. Jeff Van Gorder might not have me when I show up. If I show up to Rifton on Tuesday with Rich Garcella and tell him you're back at the studios, I think somebody's going to get an earful. Probably going to end up being me.
Do you think I could work as a private contractor?
Well, you never know. We'll see what happens. All right, that's going to do it for our coverage. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Again, if you are just tuning in for the first time to our video coverage, this is what we do every night. We provide this to you. It's on our 830 WEEU Sports YouTube channel, and it's available as well on Facebook Live on our 830 WEEU Facebook page as well. That's what our coverage is like. We'll also be back on the radio. Don't forget, Penn State, Notre Dame, coming your way on WEEU tonight. 7:30 is kickoff time. Steve Jones, Jack Ham are in Miami, and they'll have the kickoff for you coming up at 7:30 on the radio. Enjoy the game, and we'll be back to you with more high school basketball on Tuesday night. Thanks to Sean Tansky for doing a tremendous job as our producer, our director, our choreographer, and just about everything else tonight here at Berks Catholic High School. Thanks to my colleague, Jeff Nolan. My name is Bob McCool. One more time, the final score. It's the Exeter Eagles over the Berks Catholic Saints. Eagles are 6-6 and now 3-1 in Division 2. Berks Catholic falls to 8-3 and 3-2 in Division 1. The final score, Exeter 48, Berks Catholic 40. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll talk to you with more high school basketball on Tuesday.
You've been listening to High School Basketball on 830 WEEU, the voice of Berks and beyond. High School Basketball on WEEU is brought to you by
Adelphia Seafood, American Diner, Bachman's Roofing, Solar, and Remodeling, Berks Catholic High School, Chick-fil-A, Cross Keys Insurance, Diefenbach Snacks, Elite Fuel Service, Houndstown Reading, Judd Firestone Plumbing, Kuhn Funeral Home, Overhead